There are hundreds of wildlife rescue centers across Latin America, but only 3 of them are accredited by Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, and Rescate Wildlife Rescue Center is one of them. I've traveled all around the world helping rescue centers, and I can honestly say this is the most amazing rescue center I've seen anywhere in the world. Rescate Wildlife Rescue Center is really unique in that it's not just a rescue center, but they also have this lifetime care sanctuary and a conservation breeding program. 2,700 animals come into this rescue center every year. They come in because they're orphaned or injured or because they've been confiscated by the government from people who are keeping them illegally. Those animals are then rehabilitated and released back into the wild. Only 2% of them actually stay under lifetime care. And this is the other thing that's really unique, is that not only do they rescue and release animals, but they make a commitment to every single animal that comes through the door. If they can't be released into the wild and they can provide quality of life, that animal is cared for the rest of its life. They also maintain a conservation breeding program. So any endangered species that come into the rescue center, if they're not releasable back into the wild, they're offered an opportunity to breed, and then their babies are released back into the wild. This means that the unique genetic material that those animals have is not lost to the wild population. Rescate Wildlife Rescue Center has been operating in Costa Rica for over 30 years, and the funding to maintain this operation has largely come from people visiting the Lifetime Care Sanctuary. But now with COVID-19 and all of the travel restrictions, people are not coming to the rescue center, so we have very little income coming in. At the same time, a lot of these smaller rescue centers across the country are closing their doors, and all of those animals are coming here.
We have separate clinics, we call it clinics, or intensive care units for different species. So we have the monkey clinic, where we take care of all the species that we have in Costa Rica. Then we have one for birds, one for other mammals, one for reptiles, and one for raptors. Well, in Costa Rica, unfortunately, equipment is really expensive, and medications are quite expensive. For example, we have this white face. We think that he was hit by a car, and he came completely in shock. We need this special medication to try to help him to be a little bit more stable, and it's quite expensive, so it's not something that we can buy normally or we can keep all the time in our clinic.
The animals need a good quality of food because we receive a lot of animals that come injured and they need a fast recovery. And we also receive a lot of babies that they need nutrients that they cannot have from his mom. The cost for feeding animals is really high.
It's really crucial at this point that we support this rescue center so that they can continue the amazing work that they've been doing for the past 30 years.